Hey everyone, it's Types, and today we're taking a look at some new cards from the Pokemon TCG 30th Celebration expansion, which is pretty cool, kind of. I mean, it's bad, right? Like, let's be honest. Unfortunately, it's mostly bad, but today we're taking a look at some cards that are actually all right. These are new reveals from the expansion. Uncommon Fossil and I were going to cover this on the podcast coming up, but we ended up pushing it back, so we'll be covering the full set in the future, and I will be doing that on my own as well, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. But the set includes Pikachus. That's the first thing we're taking a look at here. They have not revealed, I don't think, all the Pikachus so far, but we have 20 of them here. Admittedly, they're all pretty bad. I don't even know which ones are new and which ones aren't. You have, let's see, so we got this one, which is 20 paralysis on a coin flip. Not terrible, I guess. It might actually bizarrely be the best one. If you want to play it as a previous evolution, it's got 7 HP, 1 retreat cost there, and an attack. And you got Spark here, 20 snipe, not terrible. I mean, it's bad, but like whatever. This one, which has an attack that lets you has your opponent reveal their hand, which is cool, I suppose. This one, which takes 20 less damage from attacks, you could actually use this one as like a generic one. There's this one, which can do 30 for 1. This one, which switches. It only has 50 HP. Some funny art there. This one, by the way, there's 30 in the set because it's the 30th anniversary, and you get one in every pack. The packs are, I believe they are 5 cards, but I could be wrong on that. Anyways, so then this one is immune to bench damage. Actually, this one's not terrible either. Bench damage, not effects of attacks. Those set will be coming out here. It says on September 16th, international or like worldwide, so internationally and in Japan, which is very different than normal. Normally, sets are released a good chunk of time in Japan before they're released internationally, especially with or the sets kind of splitting Delta Rain / Storm Emeralda. Is pushing back Delta Rain, but it's coming after Storm Emeralda in Japan. So anyways, then we got this one. This one does 40 for each Pikachu and Pikachu X in play. This one's the only one with like legitimate like upside, I guess, that could be used as a card that sees play, I guess. I mean, it's 3 lightning energy here, but could be doing as much as 320 there if you have 4 Pikachu X and 4 Pikachu in play, and there was a Terra Pikachu, which is stellar, which is actually an okay card. So you could do that with Air under Daps. You got this one doing 40 for 2 and 10 to itself. This one getting an energy card. This one doing 20 snipe for 1. This one 20 flip coin to get tails. It does 20 times per heads. This one turns this defending Pokemon's weakness to lightning, which is kind of funny. I believe, I'm not 100% sure on this actually. Someone tell me in the comment section. Does this do 20? Like, because it turns their weakness first? Or does it do. Um, I think it does the damage first, or I think like the damage is calculated first. I'm not sure, but someone tell me, does this do 10 or 20? Anyways, this one is some stuff. This one gets some energy to itself, which is a thing. This one is, I believe, a reference to Tropical Beach. At first, I thought it was, and I'm not so sure. For 2 colors, you draw till you have 6, and then you're now asleep. Kind of fun there. Actually, not terrible. This one's immune to Coin Flip. This one is just a generic attacker. This one can do 100 to an EX. Not horrendous, but I mean, well, okay. These two, their attacks, like this one's 100 for 4, which is not good. They both have 80 HP and 3 retreat, so not so good stats there. Then we have the 2 EXs. These are like different cards. It says, well, obviously they're different cards. I don't believe they're counted as part of the 30 Pikachus or one of the Pikachus that will be guaranteed. If you pull a Pikachu X, I think you get one of the other Pikachus. They both do 200 for 3, and then the one can a bunch of bench, basically went onto your bench, which is kind of cool with Pika Pika Parade, and the other one is able to get a bunch of energy onto your board from your hand, which is kind of cool as well, though they're not very good there, unfortunately. But then we do have 120 Pikachu coins as well. Trust me, most of this stuff is not going to be these Pikachus. Well, I don't know. Some of it certainly is. When you're opening the packs, I might feel like it's mostly Pikachu's. But we got this special like coin set, which has 2 random coins. There's some rare ones. There's I guess the same coins in 3 colors or 4 colors. The gold is rarer, but yeah, we got some coins, which is something. Um, Technically, it's not anything crazy, but it is something. Then we got some new cards here. We got Ho-Oh and Lugia. Honestly, Lugia is pretty interesting. And we got Ho-Oh as well. You just got all energy, and then you heal all damage from one of your bench Pokemon for 2 fire. Not super good. And 100 for 3, also not super good. But then we have Lugia here with Elemental Blast. Apparently, this card's a reference to this older Lugia from Neogenesis. I did not play back then. And you do Elemental Blast, which is the same attack here. You discard. Well, it's almost the same. Sorry, it's literally the same attack. Yeah, other than the damage. So for Fire, Water, Lightning, you discard one of each, and then you. The wording's slightly different. I think the function is the same, but I could be wrong. I don't know if you can like copy this attack and then you don't need the energies on versus that might be different for the old one. But regardless, what it does is it does 250, right? 250 damage is not too bad. Obviously on a single prize basic, this is pretty interesting here. Is it good? I mean, it's definitely better than most of the cards in the set. Most of the cards are not super good. This one is able to do a good amount of damage, not enough to take big one shots on everything. It can take one shots on some things though, right? So it's definitely an interesting card here. How do you get it powered up? I mean, you can glass trumpet, I guess, and you can glass trumpet energy switch, and then like you need a Terra, and then you attach, and that like I guess gets you there. That might be the best way. I'm thinking of like electric, dugong. There's a bunch of like things that do one type, but I think Glass Trumpet is the best way. There's also Crispin as well. Obviously, Crispin is pretty good for something like this, though it also obviously doesn't get you all the way there. So Lugia, I think it has some potential, and maybe even GLC. I don't really play GLC. I know there's like another good Lugia, so probably not actually. There's actually another good Lugia or another Lugia that does 250 for 4 if your opponent has 5 or fewer cards in their hand, though it doesn't do anything. So that card's not so good, but reminds me of this one. This card's like, it's okay. It's not super good, but it's not super terrible either. Then we have, also 30C as the set symbol, which is interesting. Normally um, they don't have numbers. Is this the first one that does? I don't know, because 151 was not 151. It was imbue, which is interesting. Then we got some other cards here. We got the legendary birds. These 3 have this ability, which says once during your turn, if you have the others in play, you can attach a basic energy of their type from your hand to that Pokemon. Articuno does 30 to each of your opponent's Pokemon. Moltres does 130, discards 2 from it, and Zapdos does 210, 62 itself. Not terrible here, I guess. I mean, certainly not very good either. You need to combine these, and they're not super good, just really, really at all. I might have talked about these on the channel. I'm not sure, to be honest. They're kind of forgettable. They're not the worst cards around, but they're certainly not very good either. They are ultimately bad, I would say. If you're looking at spread attacks, there's stuff that's better, like Uxian Standard, which is all right and doesn't, like, theoretically all right, doesn't really see any play. Moltres is very nothing here. Reminds me of like almost the Moltres in Standard that sees some play as well as Chi-Yu. Neither of those cards are that good. I mean, the Moltres in Standard is pretty decent, but it's it's 1 energy, 2 energy cheaper there. So, and then the Zapdos is like big damage. The self damage is annoying, and ultimately the energy is just very expensive here. So I don't think you'd use this even in a Lightning Box stack, but you could maybe. Also, they do have this energy arts here. I don't really like them, but maybe they look better. I imagine they definitely look a lot better in person. They are certainly interesting, I guess, but I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of this art style. Normally, I don't care too much, but I really don't like this art style. We've seen it on some different cards, and I don't really like it. But again, maybe it will look a lot better in person. Then we have the Reshiram, Zekrom, Unknown, and Drifloon. These cards are interesting, and we also have a Meowth and a Alolan which I'll actually cover first because they're less interesting. They have Payday. This one's free. It does 10. It draws a card. And then this one is for 2 colors, 30. Draw a card. Not very good there, but they do exist. Oh, and by the way, here are the Pokemon that I was talking about earlier with like the rainbowy pattern. I don't really like this style, which is the same as the energy, but again, maybe it will look a lot better in person. I think it will, but we'll wait and see there. And then we got the Reshiram, the Zekrom, the Unknown, and the Drifloon. These are actually revealed in Chinese and also in Japanese, apparently. Oh, maybe somewhere in Chinese and somewhere Japanese is how it is what they mean here. But anyways, we got Reshiram and Zekrom. They both have Slash for 2 energy, one of their type. And they also have this attack. We got Laser Flame, then Nitro Thunder. Kind of crazy, cool names there. I like those. It's kind of fun. And then they do 80, but 80 more if they have an energy of the other type attached. So it's one of their type, one of the other type to do the extra damage, and 1 extra color there. So that's 3 energy, 160, not that good. Like if you're playing just with friends super casually, it's not. It's like it's okay, I guess, but it's an actual like play like on the ladder or whatever. It's pretty bad here. And I guess it works technically with a new item. I think Adventuring Lantern that works with Mega Rayquaza EX. Would you play it there? No, I can't really imagine you playing Reshiram or Zekrom in there, but I guess it is technically a use case. And it's not terrible as a weakness hitter. I mean, it's pretty bad because of the attack cost, just as difficult to pay, but it is kind of doable-ish. Then we have, I guess I'll do Drifloon next, which is a little more boring. Float up, 24 Psychic, shuffle it into your deck. Kind of nothing there. But then we have Unknown. This one's pretty interesting. For 2 Psychic, you do 40. If your opponent's active is knocked out by damage from this attack, you take 1 more prize. I don't think we have a card like this in Standard, though I could be wrong. Obviously, this is really interesting, allowing you to go ahead, and by the way, you can search it and use it with Telepathic Psychic, so that's cool, and Wondrous Patch as well. But you can put this in like a Psychic deck and just take an extra prize on something randomly. You could even use it in Dragapult EX, to be honest, and take an extra prize at some point with it, because Dragapult EX is often sending a Pokemon down to really low HP at different times. So this is an interesting card, not a bad card. Potentially an annoying card. I could see it being annoying. We've seen cards like this in the past, like Iron Hands EX being, I think, the most recent there, which rotated relatively recently, and that card was good, but it did a lot more damage. And I don't know if it was more techable. This is less energy, but that was only 1 energy of its type. But Unknown's definitely an interesting Pokemon here. Is it good? Um, not that's not super good, certainly. Is it playable? Potentially. It may potentially be playable. Potentially the best card from the set. I mean, the MeWX is cool. Not super good, I don't think. But overall, there's some cool reveals within these. But tell me your thoughts on these in the comment section. Obviously, there isn't a crazy amount to say with these cards. They're not super good. And I don't, the set's just not looking very strong in general. Other than I suppose technically the older reprints, which are cool. I didn't mention that earlier. That is a part of the set, which is fun. I say reprints like they're physically being reprinted, but not reprinted into standards, so you can't really play them in anything. I mean, you can't play them in anything you couldn't play them in before. Um, but they are cool, and I think would be a fun thing to mess around with. I probably will do that at some point. But anyways, tell me your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you like and subscribe, because that really does legitimately help support me and the channel. But I hope you all enjoyed, and as always, I'm going to see you in the next video. And also huge shouts to my YouTube members for supporting me, because that, again, does mean a ton there.